Now for the show that's truly too hot to handle. It's The Melting Pat, and it starts right now.
You're listening to The Melting Pat. Here's your host, Pat Johnson.
Well, thank you, Jerome. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the show, The Melting Pat, the Next Level Network. Hope you're well. Hope everything sounds okay on my end. I think we're good. I've been messing with wires and stuff this week, actually. And then I went to record and it wasn't working, and it was weird. I couldn't hear things first, and then nothing worked, and then all of a sudden I closed things and missed with them. I don't know what happened, but I see the blue waveforms going across, so I think we're okay. Meaning some sound is coming out, and you should be able to hear this. So hope you're doing all right. I'm exhausted. Again. Yeah, it just happens. Just what happens, man and woman, ladies and gentlemen, just how it goes. Oh boy, hope you're good. Hope you're doing well. Hope you do good if you can, and I hope you're doing well overall. Sound good? No? All right. Anyway, what do we got today, Pat? We got some TV. We'll talk about good and bad TV that we've watched. I want to talk about scam callers, how they're getting real aggressive. Really aggressive. Not a fan. NFL playoffs. And we'll hear from the captain as well. Anything else on the sports front? I don't think so. Yeah, and just a quick note about work things. We'll do that. All right, I was going to launch into a whole different something or other, but decided not to. So there you go. All right. Yeah, not a lot on the docket today because I got things to do. Work's been nuts. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's how I'm doing. It's great. My new role at work is I've talked about it. I don't like it, but I'm gonna get paid, so it'll be fine, I guess. I don't know. We had a staff meeting this morning. Took like an hour and a half for some stuff. We'll talk about that later. First thing we're gonna do today. Geez, Pat, you all right? You good? I'm scatterbrained, as I usually am. I don't know. I was supposed to do this yesterday, and then I got really busy, and then so today's Thursday. Now my whole schedule's off. All right. Great. Pat, no one cares. Just the show's going to come out no matter what. It'll be fine. You're right. You are correct. So we have a song from our new friends. The band is Wave Break. They're from Ocean City, New Jersey. Oh, I wonder how often they go to the Churn House. That's what I need to know. Hey, Wave Break. Let me know. Kelly, Tom, let me know. If you go to the Churn House, how many... No. Not if. How many times a week do you go to the Churn House? That's what I want to know. All right, we may have them on. We'll talk about that after the song. A little tidbit about this band. We will talk about it, but first we'll play the song. Well, first, wavebreakband.com. That's where you find more from them. Tell them I sent you. They will probably know who I am, I guess. I don't know. They should. I just talked to them the other day. We were talking on the tweet space about it. I threw up a poll, said, hey, should I wait until I have Wave Break on, or should I play a song this week? And it's the first poll on Twitter, I think, that didn't end in a tie. Everybody said yes. So we'll talk about why this took so long when we come back. But I asked the band, I said, hey, which song should I play? And they both said, two of them said Manic Dreams. So that's what we'll do. It's from the EP or album, whatever you want to call it. It's good anyway. The thing is called Puzzle Pieces. You can get that now. I got it on Bandcamp. I'll share the link in the show notes. Or I guess I'll share the whole playlist in the show notes. That works, right? Yes? No? Anyway, as suggested by the band, this song is Manic Dreams. It's Wave Break. It's the Melting Pat. We're coming right back.
This in my own hands, let the broken hell
There you have it, our friends. Wave Break, Manic Dreams, as suggested by the band. WaveBreakBand.com for more from them, The Melting Pat, the Next Level Network. That was good, right? I felt good about that. Patrons got a bonus. So sign up for that. Give me $1. You hear bonus stuff. Anyway, that was fun. Manic Dreams, the EP Puzzle Piece is available now. It's been available. And wavebreakband.com. So I mentioned right before the song there that I had a little tidbit. I was supposed to have Wavebreak on the show when that EP came out. So the EP came out August 2021, I think the 26th or something. And my dear friend Hope Vista, who ran at the time 25.8 PR, she shut it down because other things are going on, which is a bummer because I always say Hope brings me the best people. And so that's a bummer. But Hope, if you ever get back to it, or if you ever just want to come back on the show, I'm here. And so Hope was reaching out. And, you know, if you don't know the timeline, by the way, my son was born May 2021. So I was getting emails from Hope like, hey, this band has a thing. We're doing this. And I'm like, great. I have no time. I have a 3-month-old son. I have zero time to do anything. And so I put it on the back burner. And I don't know if she had reached out to Wavebreak about coming on about them being on the show. I don't know if she had said, hey, I'm doing this, or if she just said, hey, like, you give me money and I promote your stuff and I get you on to people. I don't know how it worked. I should have asked. Next time Hope comes on the show, I would like to ask her about that. But anyway, Wavebreak, they were supposed to be on the show when that came out, and I didn't have any time. And then by the time I was kind of ready, kind of settled into a schedule, I guess the promotional period had come and gone, and so we missed out. And then I just forgot to play them on the show. I meant to just put them on the list anyway to play them on the show, and then I saw on Twitter they put up like, "Hey, we're doing new songs," or they're going on tour or something. And I said, "Oh wow, should I like?" It reminds me I'm supposed to have them on the show, or I was, and so we've been talking about that. And then that's when I asked, should I have them on the show first or feature their music first, like I was supposed to a year and a half ago? And they said, do the thing. So, well, many of you voted yes to doing the thing. So there you go. WaveBreakBand.com. There's my story. They were supposed to be on the show, and then they weren't because I had a newborn and I had things going on. So sorry, Wavebreak. But when you have new music, when you have new music, there we go. Pat, slow down and finish the words before they come out of your mouth. You're right. I should do that. This is episode 410, by the way. I've been doing radio since 2008, and I still have not figured out how to slow the hell down when I'm talking. So, Wavebreak, if you'd like to come on the show, we can work it out. I'd love to have you on. It'd be great. I coughed in the middle there, so I don't know what that's going to sound like when it's all said and done, but there we go. Manic Dreams, as suggested by Wavebreak themselves. All right, great. We're good? Well, it's been like 15 minutes. We've done one thing. This is great. I love this show. I love doing this show. It's fantastic. Okay, so real quick, before we get to the TV thing, I've talked about on this show how bad staff meetings are, just how, the running joke for everybody is, oh, this could have been an email. And it's really true. If you work in a kind of setting where you have staff meetings that are like, okay, we have to go over this and that and this, and we got to do this and this. Well, it happened today. We had a staff meeting. It took forever. And the first part of it was they were just reading emails and memos verbatim. And that's how our trainings work. Like if we have to be trained on a program or some new software or some new something or other, new policy or whatever, essentially the training is someone reads a PowerPoint, and that's it. And I just don't understand. Like, there has to be a better way to train. Like, I understand you have to get all the information, like you're required to disseminate all of the information in a certain way, right? You have to hit all the things, but there has to be a better way than being read a PowerPoint, or even worse, being forced to read part of a PowerPoint like I have been, which is the worst, which I've talked about. But yeah, like there has to be a better way to relay the information other than reading an email that we probably already would have gotten, or reading a memo that we could have been sent, and we could have read this on our own time and not have to worry about all kinds of things. And then the staff meeting devolved into a messy thing, as it does, because somebody said something, and then the boss said one thing, and somebody said, no, what about this? And then it's a whole, everybody's going back and forth, and nothing's really getting done. And I'm just in the chat sharing funny GIFs or GIFs, however you want to say it. I don't care. I think the creator doesn't care, so I don't either. So yeah, just sending funny things, and yeah, that was me. And I'm also like getting work. The good thing though about virtual staff meetings is I can get work done, because usually we'd all be sitting in a conference room away from our desks, and so all that work that we have to get done that people complain about, oh, we have so much work to do, it's all just sitting there because we're in a staff meeting for an hour and a half. So I guess if you run staff meetings, tighten it up. Let's go. Somebody get the light after 10 minutes or so. Move on to the next thing. All right, that was just a little thing, little aside that staff meetings, man, rough times. Not a fan, because it's a bunch of, most of the information is not for everyone, and so like, why can't you just meet separately and disseminate it that way? I need a beverage. Hold on. All right, so yes, if you run a meeting, if you're in charge of that part of the office life or whatever you do, in charge of the work meetings, tighten it up, and don't just read the memos. Like, send everybody the memo. Say, hey, did you get this? We're gonna go over it. Have to make sure we do all this, and there has to be a better way than reading the memo word for word. I firmly believe there's a better way. There has to be, right? Isn't there? Somebody let me know. All right, anyway. There you go, staff meetings. Not a fan. Did I just repeat myself? Probably. But when you stop and start again, it's a whole thing. I don't know. All right, let's talk TV. Let's talk about some TV. Pat, nobody cares about your work stuff. You're right. Nobody cares. I don't even care enough to tell you what I do. So, no, that's on purpose that I don't tell you what I do for a living, because I don't want to. So anyway, let's talk TV. You know, once upon a time on this show, not the show Once Upon a Time. I've never seen that, but I've heard good things. I used to review TV pilots because people say, hey, dude, you got to watch this show. And I'd be like, yeah, all right, great. Sounds good. And I just wouldn't do it because I don't have time. Now I definitely don't have time. But we watched the first 2 episodes yesterday. I'm sorry, the other day, whatever, last week, whatever it was. The first 2 episodes of Velma on HBO Max. And I had seen before I watched the show that many people were not happy with where the show went, like how the show portrayed certain people and certain things. Okay, no problem. Usually when people aren't happy with a show, I can sit down and watch it and go, it was all right. I liked it for what it was. You know, yeah, complaints are valid, but I can enjoy the show for what it was. Well, in this case, this is going to get a thumbs down from old Pat. I did not like this show. I went in, I was like, okay, I didn't know a ton about it. I'd seen the trailer. It was a Velma origin story, and people complained because Mindy Kaling is in it, or the star. She's the star. She's Velma, and they were like, "Oh, she did this and da da da." And I don't think that she actually had anything to do with the writing or creating of the show. I think she's just the voice, right? Am I wrong on that? I didn't look into this, but people were complaining about that, and whatever. I'm not a huge fan of hers, but it's not enough where it's gonna stop me from watching an entire show. Does that make sense? Like, there are some actors where I'm like, I don't want to see the thing because I'm not a fan of their work, and I feel like I just wouldn't enjoy it. But, everybody knows Velma, right? Everybody wants to see more Scooby-Doo. Do we want more Scooby-Doo stuff? Is that a thing we want? I'm okay with it. I'm good with Scooby-Doo. And so, it's a different look at it, different take on it. So let's try it out. All right, first thing I'll say, let's start positive. Animation looks great. Whoever did all these things, these drawings and whatnot, great job. Looks awesome. Music's good. Sound is good. I like that. Everything else, not a fan. The writing on this seems really forced. It's like every character is a trope. And it's like, if you do that, like, being just a caricature can work if it's done in a funny way, right? If you're doing it if you're being subtle about it, right? You can do that. It can work. It can be fun. But if you are shoving it in our face that, oh, this is what we're going to do, and you call it out every time, like all the time, when you're going to call out a joke or a thing, or just like make a really obvious joke and just call out like, this is what we're doing, you lose some of the luster on that. And that's kind of what this was. Like, every like most of the jokes were just kind of like shoehorned in or like forcibly relayed, like forcibly told. Like this explicitly said, this is the joke we're making, or this is the thing we're trying to get across, and here it is. Like it wasn't in a funny way. It was just like, here we go, presented this way, and it was really like, it was just really forcing whatever they wanted to do. It was really forced, and it just didn't work for me. It didn't work for me, brother. Not a good thing. It can work. Like if you're calling out something, if you're a show. I mean, Deadpool, his entire shtick is that he knows he's a comic book character, and he can call things out like that. Like, hey, well, this would never work like this because blah, blah, blah. And it can work if you're funny about it. If you're, you go about it a certain way. But if you're going out like throwing it in our faces, like this is what we're doing, laugh, it's funny. It doesn't really work out because then we can all tell it's like forced, right? And it's just that and some of the jokes they tried to make weren't really jokes. They were just saying things and trying to present them as jokes. And it was just like really, I'm being kind of vague in case you want to watch it yourself. But I don't know, maybe after this, if you trust my reviews, you probably won't. But it's just like really, it didn't work. It didn't really work. The animation's great. I'm happy all these people are getting paid for this, but it's not for me. And it's nothing about like, people like, it's too woke, man. Like you could be, first of all, if you're complaining it's too woke, I need you to write in 500 words or fewer what woke means. And I need you to explain that. Put that on my desk by Wednesday. All right? On my desk. So this show's going to come out on, where are we here? The 21st. So if you're complaining about Velma or any show, we'll stick to Velma. If you're complaining about the show Velma because it's too woke, I need an essay, themeltingpat.com, 500 words or fewer by January 25th, because I need you to explain that you know what that means before you criticize the show for it. All right, there we go. We'll do that. And that's not really a problem for me. I don't care. Like, you're going to use whatever kind of gimmick you're going to use to get over, and that's fine. But you got to be funny. Like, it's a show. It's kind of a comedy, right? You got to be funny about it. If you're just like throwing it out there, hoping it'll stick, somebody watching the show, let's just leave it for me. I can tell that it's really not, like, it's not a joke. Whether you tried or not, if you tried your hardest to make it a joke, you go back to the drawing board. But it just didn't work out. Didn't work. I didn't think most of the. It was like what was that cartoon I watched? Oh, it was like Archer, but they forgot the jokes. It was on Netflix a couple years ago. Pacific Heat. That's what it was. They like copied Archer with the plot, and it even looked the same almost, and they just forgot all the jokes. And Velma kind of, like, it was raunchy on purpose, which again is fine, but if you're calling out what you're doing while you're doing it, you'll lose the delivery. Like, you lose it on the delivery, right? You didn't stick the landing. You tried it. You could have gone raunchy and adult, as most people have suggested for Scooby-Doo things, right? You can do that, but when you really forcing it in there and anybody watching can tell, it's not good. All right, so there you go. That's my bad one. So I guess pilot review, I gave it 2 episodes. I'm not going to give it another. Thumbs down. Will not watch another. Didn't like it. It didn't work. It wasn't funny. Like, they tried it. They went for it. They forced it. A lot of stuff, and it wasn't good. Not to say that everything was bad, but like for the overall theme of the show, like the overall writing of the show just didn't land for me. All right, so there you go. A good TV note for you, though. Let's end this TV thing on a better thing. I was scrolling HBO Max after we watched those crappy episodes, and I was like, oh, what else can we watch? And I stumbled on a show called Vice Principals, which I'd never heard of, and I thought, oh, that seems pretty good. And the premise is the principal, played by Bill Murray, of a high school, has to leave, has to retire or something, go take care of his wife or something. And so these 2 guys who are the vice principals now are like trying to be principal. They're trying to figure out what they can do to get noticed by the school board and be principal. And so the whole first season, well, then they hire someone else. And so the whole first season of the show is these 2 vice principals begrudgingly working together to get this new principal fired because they think they deserve to be principal. So the whole first season of the show is that it's great. Hijinks ensue. It's 100% not for children. A lot of F-bombs. Even Joe was like, wow, that's a lot of F-bombs. And so, Mom, don't watch it. I know you have HBO Max, but I'm not going to recommend Vice Principals to my mom because I don't think she would enjoy it. Not because it has too many F-bombs, but I just don't, Although maybe. Mom, you cool with a lot of F-bombs? It's not like 3 or 4. It's like 20 in an episode. It's a lot. It's a lot. I liked it. It made me laugh. There was some serious stuff in there too, like some real stuff going on. It's well written. The characters are really fun. Danny McBride, I think, is the lead's name. I don't know anybody's name. He did another show. I recognize his face. Eastbound and Down. He did that, which I've also never seen, but I've seen like pictures of that, so I know that's when he's like a baseball player, I think. And Busy Phillips is in it as well. She's fantastic. I love her so much. And anybody else notable that I caught? I don't think so. But we are into season 2. It's really good. Don't tell me anything that happens. I've not read any information on it. I went in blind. Really happy with it. Especially, it was a nice palate cleanse after watching Velma. We just jumped into Vice Principals, and it's really good. And Arthur loves the theme song. So, should he be watching the show? He doesn't talk yet. He's fine. I know at some point, maybe some point soon, we're going to have to, cool it on the stuff that we watch around him. But hopefully by then he'll sleep more and we'll be able to actually, watch things. That'd be great. All right. So the bad, Velma, the good, Vice Principals. I would say recommend me more TV, but you all know I'm not going to have time to watch it. But you know what? Go ahead. If you want me to review a TV pilot that you've of a show that you like, or it doesn't have to be new. It can be a show that you like and you don't think I've seen. Let me know. TheMeltingPat.com. All right? We good? Great. One more thing, then we'll do sports, and then we'll go. All right? So I am going to, actually in the newsletter, we're going to talk about the door-to-door people with the energy sales. We'll talk about that. We got to save some stuff for the newsletter, right? Right? Also, I don't think I can flesh that out on the show. So, yeah, sign up for that also at the website. Sign up for the newsletter. It'll come out January 31st, and that'll be there. I should probably start working on that, right? I got time. What day is it? I got time. We're good. So I got a scam call the other day, and I remember that was it somebody who came to the door or somebody called? Somebody came to the door. One of the first shows that I ever did in this house. I didn't have anything set up down here yet. Didn't even have any furniture down here. So I did it in the living room, and I remember I stopped to answer the door, and some joker was like, oh, show me your electric bill. I'm like, no, I'm not showing you my bill. Get out of here. And there was another incident that I'm going to talk about at some other time. But I got a scam call the other day. They said where they were from, whatever company they were from. They didn't verify who I was. They didn't verify my address. They didn't verify anything. So I'm like, all right, right off the bat, I'm like, okay. And I answer all the calls mostly because it could be a work thing. It could, because sometimes like the union will call and leave a message that I have to listen to or something. And I have to give that a chance. Sorry, I'm spinning in the chair. I'm trying here, folks. I really am. I'm not, actually. I'm just moving. So I answer all kinds of numbers just in case. You never know who's going to be there. So this guy's like, oh, I'm from this place, and we're talking about your electric bill. I'm like, okay, great. And they're like, oh, there's a technician who's going to be coming out. So make sure, well, first of all, whenever one of these people calls me, I say, I don't deal with that. My landlord does that. I don't get the bill, which is not true, but it's true enough because I'm not giving these people any information because all I'm doing is I get my bill from the people and from the different people, the actual people, and I pay them, and that's that, right? Because if one of your utilities is going to get shut off, first of all, you got to be behind like 3 or 4 months. Second of all, you're going to get a letter in the mail. And you're going to get a notice that says, hey, your stuff's going to get shut off because you haven't paid us, right? You're going to be notified. It's not going to be a random person calling you at 4 o'clock on a Tuesday or whatever. And they're going to, first of all, verify who you are and where you live and all that. This person did not do that. Said, oh, I'm from this place. And we're going to have a technician coming out about your electricity because you're in danger of being shut off. And I said, no, I'm not. Not in danger of being shut off. It's like, make sure someone's there to sign something, which basically what that means is someone from their company's coming out. You sign your thing. They try to lock you into like a lower rate for your electric bill, and then you pay more money. Basically, you give someone else more money, and then they lock you in and don't tell you and just say, yeah, it's going to be this price. And then they just jack that up and then takes you forever to cancel. It's from what I've heard from neighbors who somebody got swindled into it, and it took them a very long time to get out of it. So I guess a little advice, don't do that. Don't sign anything if you don't know what's going on. And so this guy's on the phone, and I'm like, okay, so what's the problem? What's going on? Why am I going to be? It's like, oh, you're in danger. He just kept repeating it. You're in danger of being shut off. You're in danger of being shut off. And I said, okay, what's in danger of being shut off? He said, your electricity. Okay, I said, why? He said, you're delinquent payment. So I'm on the phone with him, and I'm humoring myself at this point because I know he's lying. He knows I know he's lying. So I pull up my electric bill, and it says, nothing to do, you paid it, because I just paid it the day before, or like 2 or 3 days before. So it had already hit the thing, like it was already showing that I had nothing due yet. And I'm looking like, I see $0. I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, oh, you're delinquent payment. I said, nope, that's not me. I don't know who you think you're calling. I don't know how you got this number. Don't really care, because even if I say don't call me, you're not going to listen. So I was like, oh, I don't know who you think you're talking to. Or who do you think you're talking? No. I was like, I don't know who you think you have on the phone here, but it's not me. My bill's paid. I have no money due. I don't know what you think you're doing. Oh, well, someone's coming by. You have to sign the thing. No, I'm not signing anything. It's like, well, you're going to get shut off. No, you're going to get shut off. And he just kept repeating himself. I said, all right, you know that's not me. You know you're lying. Have a great day, buddy. And I hung up the phone. And later that day, someone came to the house to try to sell whatever their alternative thing was. And we're going to talk about that on the Patreon. Yeah. Ooh, how's that for a tease? Yeah, there was a thing. We're going to talk about it. But the overarching thing for this part of the show is that these scam callers are getting aggressive. I mean, they usually are, because their whole deal is they're trying to get you to agree to something that will cost you money, and it's going to be really hard to get out of that once you're in it. So that's why they say if you answer the phone and you don't know who it is, it's probably being recorded. Always assume that. That's what I would say. Assume that your phone call is being recorded. I know that might be a little paranoid, but with these scam marketing people, whoever they are, there's a good chance they're recording it, and they can use what you say. So there's always the thing of like, don't ever say yes. When they say, oh, is this whoever? Don't say yes, because they're recording that, and they can use your recorded voice to sign up for things on your behalf. They can do that. Is that true? Probably. It sounds true. True enough to make me not really answer the phone and answer these questions. You know, to say, oh, I hear you. Okay. What's this regarding? Things like that. This has turned into advice about scam calls. Don't give them any information. You know, let them tell you who you are so they know, like, hey, all right, what's up? Is that me? How do you know this is me? How do you know where I live? Who am I? What do you think you're doing? Like, who do you think you have on the phone? Did you just pick a random number from your list somehow and call me about it and then get really aggressive when I said no? Like, these people have to understand that most of the numbers they're calling, and people aren't going to want to buy anything or get locked in if they even answer at all, right? Because people are going to, like, you call during the workday or you call at dinner time. And so, like, they're already busy. And so I guess the hope is they're going to be distracted and you're going to get them to agree to something. But really, a lot of people at this point are savvy enough to go, no, that's not me. At least you should be. You go, no, it's not me. And usually it's like, oh, okay. But these people are aggressive. I don't know what this new breed of telemarketers are aggressive as hell, man. Not a fan. Not a fan. I don't like it. That's this episode title is going to be. Not a fan. I don't like it. It'll be the horse. The picture will be the horse from Ren and Stimpy. No, sir, I don't like it. Have I used that already? Damn. I'm going to have to look. All right. Anyway, yeah, the guy got really mad because I pointed out to him that I was not the droid he was looking for, and he was not happy with that answer. So yeah, and then someone did come to the house later. Whether those two events are connected, I don't know, but hear more about that on the Patreon. How about that for a tease? Yeah, we'll put that at the end of the show. That's good, right? Yeah, we'll do that. And then, oh, I thought I was going to go in the newsletter. Maybe we could do both. Who cares? All right. Sitting here mapping out things I'm going to do on the show. I should really have these planned out better, shouldn't I? Yes? Okay, great. Awesome. Scam callers, man. Nonsense. All right, if you don't like sports, I don't know where. I'm not sure where that segment really went. It started with, here's the thing that happened, and then it turned into, I don't know what happened with that. So that's just how the week's gone. That is how it has gone. By the way, when I say that, well, now it's Thursday, so the week's almost over, but somebody brought up like, hey, man, you said, oh, it's been a time, and it was only like Tuesday. I mean, like from the last time I recorded the show. That's what I mean. All right. Anyway, so it's a week from that time, not the beginning of the calendar week. That makes sense? Anybody care? No. All right. If you don't like sports, see you later. Thanks for coming. Talk to you next week. Wavebreakband.com for more. Wavebreakband.com. There we go. All right. Let's do it. NFL playoffs. Some pretty good games last weekend. It was a pretty good slate. I was not super into all of them, but they ended up being good. Ravens, of course, lost as I knew they would. We did have one person in my pick'em lineup. Congratulations, Brian. Went 6-0 last weekend. That happened last year. A couple of people, I think myself included, went 6-0. So we shall see if he can make it up, if he can go perfect again for the divisional round. We have the Jaguars at the Chiefs. I like this matchup. I like the Jaguars. I like they're snarky, man. They're snippy. I like it. They're sneaky, snarky, snippy, snappy, slappy pappy, slappy pappy, sorry. That's a joke for two of you. We got the Giants at the Eagles, round 3. Oh, that's a Saturday night, too. Oh, you are daring Eagles fans to be drunk all day and then go to the game. Oh, God bless you if you live in South Philly. Good luck with that. We got a rematch that was supposed to have. So here's my question. So they did the whole thing about if well, now they can't because one of them's going to go home. But if the AFC title game was Cincinnati-Buffalo, it was going to be a neutral site because of winning percentage, because that game that got canceled in Week 17. And so I'm wondering why this game isn't at a neutral site. Like, why wouldn't you take any matchup in the playoffs for them between these two teams and put it at, if you made a big deal about neutral site with these two teams, because winning percentage and all the other things, why isn't this matchup between them at a neutral site if the next round would have been at a neutral site? I don't understand that part of it, but it's in Buffalo. Cincinnati's won like 12 games in a row, and I feel like I have to ride with Cincinnati because they knocked out my team again. So as much as I love the Bills, I mean, I don't hate the Bengals. I never really have. It doesn't really bother me. Well, no, I did when they had, what's his name? Perfect. Because that guy was the dirtiest player I've ever seen. That guy, he wasn't good, and he just made up for it by headhunting. It was terrible. Anyway, Tim, if you're out there, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, this guy knows what I'm talking about. And then we have Dallas at San Francisco. San Fran's another one. They're hot. I like it. Brock Purdy's really fun to watch. I don't think Dallas is that great. Like, yeah, they played well last week, but Tampa Bay's terrible. So there's no real, I'm not convinced with the Cowboys after they beat up on Tampa Bay because I think Tampa Bay stinks. So give me the Niners. Give me Cincinnati. Eagles, Giants, man. Eagles have a time to get healthy, so that's good. Giants are, again, that whole thing of we weren't supposed to be here. And what did Joel say when he was on? He quoted the movie I've seen one. Just happy to be here, Coming to America. That's what the Giants feel like to me, and the Jags kind of too. Maybe, yeah. All right, give me. Man, am I going to go with the upset with Jacksonville over Kansas City? I would love to. I really would because, man, that Jacksonville team, they don't quit. I love it. I think it's great. I would rather see Jacksonville than Kansas City. I feel like, and that's nothing against the Chiefs. It's just when you're when your team's not in it, you want to see fresh faces, right? So I'd rather see Eagles, Niners, and Bengals, Jaguars, right? I don't want to see the Chiefs again. Not that's too strong. Not that I don't want to, but if you give me a choice, who I'd rather see in the next round, it's Jacksonville over Kansas City. Because, we've seen the Chiefs. They've been in there all the time. And it's just give me something else. If this is a TV show, Swap them out. Give me something else. But anyway, I'm not going to pick Jacksonville. I said I'd rather see them. It doesn't mean I think they're going to win. I think Kansas City's going to win. I think the game's going to be fun as hell, but I think Kansas City will win. Give me the Eagles. Give me, because they're getting healthy. I like it. I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants pulled that off, but right now, give me the Eagles. As of Thursday, give me the Eagles. Give me the Bengals. Give me the 49ers. I like them, and I don't think Dallas is that good. So there you go. That's wild, though. 3 NFC East teams are in the playoffs. That's wild. Has that ever happened? No, because they've never had this many playoff teams, right? Yeah. All right. So there we go. I like that. So, Chiefs, my AFC title game is Chiefs-Bengals. My NFC title game, Eagles-49ers. There we go. All right. There's your NFL playoffs. Good luck if you're doing fantasy or betting, or anybody who's playing in the games is listening. Good luck. Join me on the show when you're free. The week between the Super Bowl and the conference championship game. Let me know. All right? So 2 weeks, come on the show. Sound good? Great. All right, we're good. No other things to talk about. I got to go and do a thing. But before we do, let's turn it over. We do have the update. It's in the inbox. We'll edit it tomorrow. I don't know what it sounds like. Hope it's great. Let's turn it over. The captain is here to tell us what is going on with the Fly Guys. So good, sir. The floor is yours. Take it away.
Hey, Flyers fans, Mark back at you again with another Flyers update. Yeah, woo! Guys, let's talk about these Flyers. Who are they? What are they doing? Your guess is as good as mine. The Flyers have been on a bit of a tear recently. It makes me wonder, did they find their spark? Did they find the message that Tortorella has finally been trying to get through their heads? Are the young players showing up to make this happen? I don't know. Time will tell. Worst case scenario, the Flyers will end up middling somewhere in the middle of the pack, just missing the playoffs and continuing it on. But time will tell, folks. We're going to enjoy a little bit of good hockey for once in a while. So let's do a bit of a recap. So the Flyers ended up winning on Saturday 3-1 in DC versus the Capitals. Followed it up with a pretty brutal loss against the leading Bruins. Ended up losing that game 6-0 on Monday in Boston. But followed it up with a strong win against Anaheim, against the Anaheim Ducks. They won 5-2 on Tuesday. Looking ahead, Thursday, the Flyers are going to take on the Blackhawks at home. Then they're going to get on the road, take on the Red Wings on Saturday. And following it up with a game at home against the Winnipeg Jets, an excellent team this year, so we got to watch out for them. Following up with another game Tuesday versus the Kings at home. Right now, the Flyers are second to last in the Metropolitan Division. Not a great place to be, but if you look at the points, they're only 6 points behind, getting right back into the middle of that pack. So, again, as I said in the beginning, are we getting somewhere here? Are the young players showing up like we hoped they would? Who knows? We will find out together. Carter Hart has been a bit shaky. Kind of found his legs as it went through, but Sam Ernstson has been making it happen. So let's see if the Flyers have found a legitimate backup, or maybe this is the next up-and-coming star. Who knows? You and me, my friend, we're going to find out together. So that's it from me here inside the Melting Pat on Next Level Radio.
Thank you, my friend. The Melting Pat, the Next Level Network. Why did I say that when I know he was there? There we go. That was great, I hope. I'm sure. Well, why wouldn't it be great? It's the captain. He does more research and work and brings more excitement than I've ever brought to this program. And I host it. So, yeah. All right, there we go. We're good. We are good to go. We're done. Out of here, doing stuff. Thanks for coming. Have fun. Do all the things that you're going to do. Enjoy the football. Enjoy the whatever you got going on. Enjoy the wrestling. Enjoy whatever you're watching or doing. Have fun. Don't be stupid. All right? All right. Great. This has been an 8 Boiling production. G-Lovin' Special Sauce with cold beverage will play us out. Philadelphonic.com for more from them. TheMeltingPat.com for more from me. My thanks to Wavebreak for the tune. Go get more from them at wavebreakband.com. Bandman.com. Let them know I sent you. They'll know who I am probably, and they might even be excited about it. So there you go. Come on the show when you make new music, Wavebreak. If you made it this far in the show, I don't know if you did, but there you go. Oh, by the way, forgot to mention before we go, our new friend Fry, who sent the German translation of crap open a cold one, said I nailed the Bavarian accent last week. Yeah. That is very exciting. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I have enough trouble with my own language, and so hearing that I nailed it in a second language is really great. All right, we're good? That's it. Fun little thing to send you home on. Good luck in your staff meetings. Hope you don't get read to like a first grader. Oh, what a ridiculous thing. And beware of scam calls. All right? All right, great. That's all. We're good. You've been inside the Baltic Pat. Are we good? We are, right? Have fun. Be safe. Thank a veteran. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Get vaccinated and boosted when you can. And, of course, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you next time. Again, you've been inside the Baltic Pat. We did it out of order. I don't know. Anyway, I love you. Thank you. Go crap open a cold one.